the OTP. I'm Amy Wells. The NFL draft is in the rearview mirror, and so is rookie minicamp. And look, we could talk about the practices that we saw, but there will be more time for that down the line. Beyond the practice, there are a lot of other things that rookie players participate in during their time in rookie minicamp. We've told you about the history lesson. And listen, if you haven't heard Mike Keith give the history of the Tennessee Titans, go right now and download last year's edition of the OTP. It's called History Lesson. It is a must listen for all Titans fans. Absolutely mandatory. So this year, we added a new twist. After the rookies learned about the history of the franchise, we brought in some Titans legends. And really, they're more like superstars. To really break down what it means to be a pro and to wear the two-tone blue, these guys are the ones to talk to. You know, here on the OTP, we like to take you behind the scenes. So here's the alumni players, the legends, imparting their wisdom on the new guys. Kevin Dyson, Jeavon Kearse, Keith Bullock, Delanie Walker, and Kern. All join Titans Radio's Rhett Bryan right here on the OTP.
It's important for you guys to meet who had that uniform on before you and be able to, ask a question or two. But I'm going to start with a panel question for each of you. What are some of the pitfalls for you guys to avoid in the first year that you're in the league or any year that you were in the NFL?
First and foremost, y'all saw the video. We went from analog to digital real quick. I felt old real quick. But I think one of the things is being worried about outside noise. Y'all live in an era that we didn't necessarily live in, where the social media and everything, it was enough expectation being a first-round pick. I happened to be the first pick of the city. He was the first Titans pick. And the expectation already comes with being the first-round pick anyway. And the expectation is there, and now you got to find a way to knock out that noise and worry about what's in this building. That is the pitfall that gets a lot of guys and you've seen it, you've heard it, and you maybe even done it in college yourself, where you worried about, you want to be perfect. You want to be the greatest you can be, especially when you get to this level. Everybody wants a Hall of Fame career. Everybody wants to be to the pinnacle. You want to win championships and be recognized for your skill set. But it's so easy to get caught up because of what the guy in Jacksonville is doing, what the guy in KC is doing, what the guy in LA is doing. It's so easy when you say, man, I got that same kind of talent. I'm not getting the ball. I'm not doing this. They're not calling these calls for me. Don't worry about that. The most important thing is when you get your opportunities, make the most of it and be what you need to be for the team that you're on right now.
Another pitfall is get your family affairs in order. Like, get all that stuff in order, because I'm sure as soon as that weekend passed, the draft weekend, y'all phones probably started blowing up. If it didn't blow up yet, it's going to blow up. And people are going to swear they're the ones that put the football in your hand. They're the one that took you to your first practice, your first game, which is all lies, all lies, all lies. But just get all that stuff in order, because it's going to be a distraction. So if you've got a financial guy or a family member, mom, aunt, somebody, cousin, or somebody, have somebody be the person to be your no person. Because they're going to come at y'all hard. I know they came at you before you even got drafted. I know they was already coming at you anyways, man. But y'all just got to just get that stuff, get it situated, get it in order, because it can become a distraction as well.
I'll have another one. I would say the company you keep, they never remember the person you with. It's always your name. Even if you didn't do it, they remember your name. So only hang out with people who has your best interest. Right now, you set. Only thing that can end it is you or your family, your friends that you keep with you, because they think they're you and they do things that can jeopardize your career. Don't let it happen. Keep guys that you know who going to look out for your best interest. Make sure that you keep the company that's going to look out for you. Trust me, this is big, because the NFL, they don't care what your friend did, but you was with them. So now you got to fight that case. You got to worry about that, because your name is the one that's going to be going down at the bottom of ESPN. Not your friends, not your family. Dun-dun-dun. That's your name. You ain't had nothing to do with it. Remember that.
I would say realize where you're at, right? Right now in this space, you're a professional. You're a football player. If this is where you want to be, handle your business. You are a professional football player. Get in your playbook. Learn the ropes. Learn everything you need to do to stay in this game. Stay in this business as long as you can. I played here for 10 years, played 127 straight games, tore my ACL. I was gone. Went to New York, and, I'm battling injuries, trying to get on the field. But the coaches around the building, they always say, "Oh, good morning, pro. Good afternoon, pro." They just kept calling me a pro. I wasn't even concerned with that. I just wanted to get on the field. But then I realized I carried myself like a professional, and it just transferred when I went somewhere else. Unfamiliar land, unfamiliar people that weren't familiar with me, but they're familiar with what a professional is. That's why we're all up here. We're professionals.
I think another question I'm going to ask the panel here that is important, because you guys are about to have the ride of the life, and your nameplate's on the back of the jersey. The shield is there, but you're not immune to life's problems, and you're not immune to life's adversities. Some of you, a lot of you, have probably already overcome quite a bit to even get here. So my question to you guys is, how did you handle adversity on or off the field when you were playing, when you have so many things coming at you as a player?
Well, first of all, congrats on being the 1% of the 1%. Man, it's a privilege to be in this room and understand what comes with that. There's a lot of people that would give a lot to be where you all are at. And once you understand that puts a different it gives you a different mindset, knowing that someone is coming for your job, right? And so have no regrets, whether it's in the weight room, watching extra film, you want to go back, play video games, understand that somebody else is going back and looking at the film, even guys that you're competing against. Look at the film, do extra work, ask questions. But I just want to congratulate you guys on that, because it's a special honor to be in here. But to go back to the question, Rhett, I think for me, I was blessed to meet my wife in college. She's my rock. I'll tell you straight up. We're going on 17 years of being married. And so to have her has been a huge blessing, because she knows I feed off encouragement. And so there's a lot of tough times my rookie year. My special teams coach, he told me every week I was getting cut. My wife and I, we towards the end of the year, found out we were having our first child, and he told me that was the biggest mistake I'll ever make in my life. And so that was kind of what I was dealing with. So mentally, man, it was really, really tough. And I bottled a lot of that up, which isn't healthy. And so I would encourage you guys, man, if you can find a mentor, an old coach, text one of us. We've all been through it. We've all, had successful careers. Man, y'all just got to talk about life, off the field, on the field, what's going on. Just feel free to reach out, because don't bottle it up. You bottle that stress up, man, it'll show on Sundays, and you don't want that.
Yeah, I would echo that. Do not suffer in silence, man. I did it myself. And I remember being an old head and coming back, Kenny Britt, another first-round pick, he was struggling. It reminded me of my struggles. I reached out to him. I said, hey, have him my number. He never reached out. He wasn't here very much longer after that, and then he journeyed around the league after that, man. So I'll just tell you, man, don't suffer in silence. This is hard. There's a lot of expectation that comes with this. There's going to be a lot of people, they're going to write stuff about you. They're going to tweet stuff about you. They're going to Instagram about you. They're going to do whatever they can. Your family's going to talk bad about you. Even the ones that said they love you, like, man, you do that, man. They're gonna talk about you, man. So have somebody. It might be somebody sitting next to you today. It might, like you said, one of us. Like I said, I reached out to some of the guys when I seen them, man, because it reminded me of my own story. So I like, man, look, I've been there. Because like he said, you're of a 1% of a 1%. There's not a whole lot of people in the world that been in these rooms that can relate to you. We just happen to be guys that did it 20, 25 years ago and less, that kind of thing. So, man, use your resources, man, whether it be a licensed therapist or an old head like ourselves that you can just talk to, man, and just bounce that off of. Because I'm going to tell you, that's the realest, because the season is long. When y'all get to October, you already played your college season, and now you got to figure out to get that second win. And mentally, especially that first year, mentally, getting past that wall, it's rough. But you got to find it, because this is your job, and it's a lot different. You don't got to go to class and everything else like that, man. But find somebody that you can relate to, man. Just like I said, if it's just, hey, man, I'm going through something right now. What I need, what can I do? What can you do for me? Just reach out.
I would say believe in yourself, man. I was a first-round draft, Music City Miracle. Rookie of the year, I got drafted after him, and I just played situational football for 2 years. And it wasn't my fault. You know, we had a really good football team, really good defense. And I just, look, I was better than who was in front of me, but that's on the coach, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I had to keep believing in
we can concur on that.
I had to keep believing in myself because, like, I'm not going to sit here and hold you like, damn, I'm like, am I a bust? Like, what's going on? Like, why I can't, you know what I mean? And then, you know, when you get your opportunity, make the most of it. Be prepared. You never know when it's going to be, but always believe in yourself. You're in this room for a reason, and these coaches are going to find out over the next 3 months. So, look, good luck.
I'm going to start off by just giving y'all, like, my history. Went to a D2, and, you know, I felt like I should have went to USC, but I put myself in a situation that I had to get myself out of, and I said, I'm going to put my head down and I'm going to grind. If you know, one of my coaches, Willie Fritz, told me when I went to Central Missouri, he said, if you as good as you say you are, they're going to find you. And that stuck with me because I'm like, he challenging me. He challenged me to be great because I was still a boy when I was in college and didn't realize he was trying to teach me to be a man. So I knew that I was going to hit these bumps in the road because I already took an obstacle that put me in D2. So now everything was being thrown at me. But I knew if I put my head down and I grind, I was going to get to where I wanted to be because I wanted to be there. And then when I got invited to the combine, that was another step. But I still felt like I was behind because now I'm a D2 player. Going to the combine, I got to compete against all you guys, Miami, SC, Florida State. They don't know who I am. Again, it's another bump in the road. Nobody know me. Nobody can ever see me play. So, again, I'm challenging myself. I'm going to put my head down at this combine. I'm going to grind. I'm going to show these dudes what I'm all about. I get drafted. These are steps I looked at because I'm like, I'm 10 toes down. As long as I'm 10 toes down, I'm on grind. Because I never looked at it as, oh, I'm going to give up. Oh, they pushing me back. I looked at it, I'm going to fight because I always been a fighter. Y'all fighters. That's why y'all in this room. You had to compete against a lot of people to be here, and they chose you because they seen something in you because y'all fighters. I fought all my life. You ain't going to stop today. You know what I'm saying? So when that bump is in that road, put your head down and grind. Don't ever let none of these coaches tell you ain't going to be in this league because they told me that when I was in the 49ers. Oh, I'm a special teams guy. That's all you are. I said, okay.
Let me give y'all game on free. This one's free. I used to tell free agents, because we got draft picks in here. Some of y'all already know you got a job. Like, man, that's just what it is. I was a first-round pick. I knew I had a job. I wasn't going to be cut. They're going to invest that kind of capital on me and me not be here. I knew I was going to be here. But there were some free agents and stuff like they were pretty talented. So I would tell them, you got to listen and watch, pay attention, and do what the next man's not doing. And what I mean is if he keeps screaming at this guy for not knowing his plays or he's missing blocks or he's not digging out that safety or he's dropping the ball, what are you doing? You're doing the exact opposite. You're not in your playbook. I'm in my playbook. You make sure you doing what the other guy's not doing. And keep in mind, I'm a former Titan, but there's 31 other teams in this league, and unfortunately, there's only so many roster spots, and they all know each other. We got people here, this guy from Kansas City. You don't think he don't still have contacts in Kansas City? And you don't think they still talking?
They all talk.
They all talk, brother.
They all talk.
You're trying out for the NFL if you're a free agent.
You're trying out for the NFL, bro. So do what the next guy's not doing, man. That's how you last and stay around.
Make them like you. Go out there, put your best foot out there.
Like my dog said, be professional. Yeah, be professional, be prepared. Preparation is key to this thing because you never know when your number's going to get called.
Don't be late. With
me personally, when I got a scholarship to go to University of Florida, I show up there. I redshirted my first year. Then going into my redshirt freshman year, the first year I was going to play, I was like a backup. And literally, somebody gets hurt literally the Thursday before our first game of the season, and they threw my ass out there, and I never gave that back. I'm sorry. And then once I got drafted here for the Titans, I was a first round pick, number 16, but they still were going to groom me and have me play behind someone else. I feel like maybe the second week of training camp.
They say put him in there.
Second week of training camp, the person who was in front of me got in a car accident. He got in a car accident, Pratt Lions. Got in a car accident. Ended up couldn't play football anymore because they found an aneurysm on his brain, and they actually saved his life because he wasn't bumping heads anymore. But anyways, after that happened, they threw my ass out there and looked through these walls and see what happened with shit right there because I was ready for that shit. Y'all got to be ready. Listen, never know when they're going to call your number, but when they call your number, man, y'all got to be ready for this thing because those opportunities not going to come around a lot.
Last stop.
It's not going to come around a lot, so you got to make the most of it, man. So
Last opportunity to play football. I remember, and I'll pass it back to you, Reddy B. I remember Samari Rowe, one of my teammates, used to always ask me, "Damn, Bullock, why you practice all the time? Why you practice all the time?" I was like, "Bro, there's going to be a time where I can't practice. There'll be a time where you can't. I can go shoot basketball, play pickleball, I can't go out there and without getting arrested to go try and play. I look crazy if I go out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go do this again. So this is it.
This summer, SeatGeek has your ticket to the best live concerts in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. SeatGeek has the best seat, your seat, for an unforgettable summer. From rock royalty to rap superstars, R&B to country, find it all on SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of Nissan Stadium. Little Caesars is the official pizza partner of your Tennessee Titans. Download the Little Caesars app and get your favorites delivered today. Delivery fees apply. Now, back to the OTP.
All right, I think we're getting short on time, so I'm going to open the floor up. Anybody got a question for one of these guys that you want to know some things about? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was doing like, because you was on the team that was the Super Bowl. So what was that team environment like, the team atmosphere?
for me, it was a real family atmosphere because when I got drafted here in '99, you guys may have went 8-8, like how many years in a row? So 3 years in a row, 8-8, 500. But when I got in, it was like there was no hazing going on. It was like, listen, man, we got a job to do. We don't have no time to be. Like, we may make you get stand on a chair and sing your team fight song or whatever, but it was just a family atmosphere. Just everyone put me to the side. I did the same thing when Keith got here as well. He reminded me of that. But like the Eddies, the Steve McNairs, like they all put me to the side. Bruce Matthews put me to the side. Like, listen here, man. Like, listen, we got a job to do. We're all on the same page. So if you're going through anything, talk to us or whatever. But the big picture is like it was a family atmosphere. Like everybody was just welcome.
Yeah, I can speak to that too. It was a veteran team because like I came after them, so I think Big Jeff might be the oldest cat on the team here. Yeah, well, Bruce Matthews was in year 20. You know what I'm saying? My vet in my room, my veteran linebacker was in year 11. Like these cats was. Like, so how Jeavon is talking, like, you coming to do your work. Like, these cats is going home to their wife and their 2-3-year-old kid, which at 22, I couldn't relate to that. But now I was like, damn, I see what they was going through. Nah, but you see what I'm saying? So it's really the structure of the team. And, you know, we hit a low. I was here for 10 years. So, you know, they set the fabric. You seen it on the video. You know, they set the fabric. They skipped over, you know, they got through the little thing, and then they got to Delanie's team. But right there, we went 0-4, like we 4-12, 5-11. But, you know, it was one of those things. I was the best player on the team. And a former player, Marcus Robinson, said, or Coach Fisher said, this team is going to go up or down with you. Because I had a bad attitude. When you lose, you got a bad attitude, right? So then I started holding people accountable. But when you hold people accountable, you got to be most accountable. Quarterbacks know that, right? Linebackers should know that. You got to be most accountable. So that's what you got to do in this team league to win. It's not your time yet, but that time might come for you. So,
Yeah, I'll say this, man. Like, any good team I've ever been on, college, high school, pro, even what I do now, nobody cared who got the credit. And I knew that was true when Eddie George came to me. He's the face of the franchise. They said, man, you got to prepare every day like you're the best player on the field. And this is Eddie George telling me that. And I'm like, dang, you are the best player on the field. You're supposed to be the man. They chant your name at the stadium. They chant Eddie, Eddie. And he's like, no, you're the best player in this field every day. And he didn't care. He just wanted to win. At the end of the day, you know, now he knew he was gonna get the rock, but that's any good team I've ever been on, especially that team, man. It was just when I came in '98, the year before him, they had been 8-8, 8-8. We went 8-8. And I remember riding a plane home with Samari. We was 1-4. And dudes is just kind of like off to the next one because in the pros, you know, you can't let it sit on you for long. You got to go on to the next one. And Samari and Kenny Holmes, who played at Miami, he was drafted the year before me, and they were just kind of like sulking, but everybody else is kind of like just moving on to the next one. He was like, man, I've already lost more games this year than I lost my whole college career. This is when Florida State was just, you know, Florida State was balling. And he was just like, it was just hard for him. So that competitive spirit. So we went 8-8, and then that next year when we flipped, and everybody and then JK came, and it was just like, it just connected, and nobody cared. Don't get me wrong, we had a fight the night before the Super Bowl between a DB and a receiver.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, at practice. But you wouldn't have known it when we got in the field, you know what I'm saying? So it's all love. Y'all know, man, y'all been playing the sport for a long time, man, but any good team ever been on, there was no division in that locker room, man. We didn't care who was, man. We was all rooting for JK. They started playing freak out in the stadium. Like, we didn't care about that, the rookie, you know what I'm saying? It was just all, man, and that's why it was so good. But like all good things that come to the end, people got to get paid, free agency and all that kind of stuff, man. So it's just like, I think Bull said it earlier, the business, this is business, and you got to treat it like a business, and you are your own corporation. And that's how you handle yourself from this meeting or this rookie camp on forward, man, determines the success of your business.
All right, gentlemen.
What's the biggest thing you wish you could have did, or something that you did do to help you?
Man, for me, the biggest thing I wish I would have done, man, is like utilize my resources, whether it be just talking to folks, and took better care of my body. I was, like you said, when you're 22, 23 years old, you think, even though I tore, so I had 3 career-threatening injuries, and I came back from each of them, and I wish I would have understood the dynamics of health and body and eating. You know, I still was eating, kind of way, and I realized the connection between my diet and my health. And so I tore my knee up right after that Miracle year. That very next year, I tore my knee up. That's the year Bull was drafted. And then I came back, had a good season, and then tore my hamstring off the bone. They know you can do that. Then I came back from that in free agency, signed 1-year deal with Carolina, tore my Achilles 6 months later after that. And it was just a domino effect. And so I wish I would have known how to take care of my body. So research and do what you can to figure out how to keep your body healthy. Do whatever it is, massages, I don't know, acupuncture, your diet, get a nutrition, invest in your body. I'm not going, because it's basketball, but LeBron's playing as long as he can at the level he is for a reason. He's taking care of his body. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to put that drink down, that glass of bourbon, sometimes you got to put it down because I got to heal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't realize that in my 20s because I thought I'm in my 20s. I could heal. I can go eat Wendy's and be fine. Now, man, take care of your body.
Yeah, I have to piggyback off that. Take care of your body. Same. When I came in the league, I didn't take care of my body the way I should have, and I think that's what caused me not to really put a staple on the field as much, because the coaches knew. I come in falling asleep in meetings. Probably not hitting my max in the weight room. They know these things, but I was a great athlete, and they knew they can build on me, but I had to learn myself to take care of my body. And then I remember my second year, I had Larry Allen and Bryan Young there, and I used to watch those dudes go in the steam room every day, get the cold tub every day, and I'm like, man, I need to change, because whatever they doing, that's what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, like he said, back in the days, those guys used to take you under the wing. I came in, and if they see you want to do it, they take you under the wing and show you how to prepare. And after that, my second year, I followed them everywhere they went. If they was getting massages, I was getting a massage. If they was in the steam room, I was in the steam room. If they was getting stretched, I was getting stretched. If they was hitting the pool after workouts, I was hitting the pool after workouts. Like, y'all have to follow these vets who's doing it at a high level. Copy their routine. They not going to be mad, I promise you, because when we see y'all doing that, we love that. Like, okay, he going to be a baller. I'm going to make sure I take care of him, get him right. They want to give you the knowledge. We want to pass it down to y'all. That's what football is.
Yeah, they're talking about health. I agree all that. But, transitioning your game from the college game to the pro game, like finding a vet with that, you know what I'm saying? How to watch film at this level. Knowing your different personnels, down and distance, because like this level is a game of inches. Like, yeah, there's a reason that wide receiver's inside that hash mark and every other play he's outside that hash mark. He's trying to get across this field fat, like things like that, whatever little tidbits that can help you.
Hey Titans fans, with a Kroger Boost membership, you'll score big with double fuel points, free delivery, and lots more. Go to Kroger.com/boost for details. Kroger, the official grocer of the Tennessee Titans. Tighten up. Home is the forefront of all we do. It's why we're so committed to caring for the places and spaces in which we work and live. Ashley, the official furniture provider of the Tennessee Titans. Now, back to the OTP.
Is it time for the special teams talk?
I'll say this. Obviously, from a special teams perspective, and playing for 15 years and seeing how many guys made a team because of their wanting to play special teams, guys that would ask to play kickoff, hey, coach, put me in an L5, L4, even though they've never done it before, but they're learning, they're staying after practice, they're working on their punt sets, technique moves. Slater in New England played 16 years, right? Literally playing special teams. And so to see, and this guy, I remember watching film, and he's, year 6 in the Super Bowl, running down on a kickoff, taking someone's head off. Year 6 in a Super Bowl. And so I've seen, I think we've all probably have stories, but from my perspective, punting for a long time and seeing guys and a coach coming up to me saying, hey, we got a plus 50 punt. Who do you want? Hey, Nick Westbrook-Akine, he has got sure hands. I need him out there when we have a plus 50 punt. Special team, like you're coming after jobs from guys that are like putting food on the table, right? They understand you're making some good money, right? And you put that money away. When you retire, you play long enough, you can live pretty good. And so to come in, they're always the guys up there. They're trying to get younger and cheaper. You guys are the cheaper side, right? You're the cheaper side. So to come in, play special teams, man, you go out there preseason, you're going out there OTAs, right? You're grinding, you're working. I promise you there will be 1 or 2 guys in this room making this team because of special teams.
Make them slow you down. And they take you to practice, good.
What he's saying is so true. Like, I literally made the team in San Francisco every year just because I played every special teams. And when I played special teams, I went out there like I start on special teams.
He was an H-back in San Francisco. I didn't even know I played against him when we played San Francisco.
Because I looked like I came out like a fullback because I would come. I took any time they say, look, you're going to be on kickoff. Okay, put me at – I want to be the dude who attacked the ball. And back then they had the wedge. I used to run and just go blow the wedge up just to set a tone. They seen 46, and I wore 46. I know that number ugly, whatever, but that's what they gave me, and I rocked it. I said they're going to remember 46 out today, and you start every game when you're on special teams. Remember that. You start every game, you start every half. Don't worry about what people say. Special teams will get you paid. I played 7 years in the NFL on special teams, and I was making $3.5 million on special teams. They'll pay you, and when your time is to shine, you shine. I had the opportunity to come to Tennessee. They said, you're going to be the man. I said, okay, it's about that time. They put that ball in my hand. I never went back to special teams.
And he went from 46 to 82. That's a good looking number, right?
The idea is get in, y'all in. Now it's how you stay here. To stay as long as you can, man. Ride that bike until you can't, man. That's the ultimate goal, dream. And like we said, short side is everybody wants to be a Hall of Fame, be Pro Bowl. That's not the reality of it all. That's of that 1%. That's less than 1%. There's only 1,500 of those, right? Most of the field's made up of role players. Everybody, the rest of it is role players. There's only so many Tom Brady's and all them. You know what I'm saying? So the idea is get in and play as long as you can.
That's some good and sage advice, and probably a place where we should stop because these guys have got a schedule. But hey, all of these guys, they're a resource for you. They've been there and done all that. And I want to thank our great panel today, Dr. Kevin Dyson, the freak Jeavon Kearse, Mr. Linebacker, Mr. Monday Night himself, number 53, Keith Bullock, 82 down there, 46 to 82, tight end Delanie Walker, and the ever-reliable number 6, the super punter, Brett Kern. Thank you all for being here, and it was an honor to be with you guys this afternoon. Thanks.